It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. In the 1902 stage production of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Dorothy did not have a dog named Toto, but instead a cow named Imogene. Imogene is also the name of a mountain pass in Colorado. So what do you make of that?
Cows are cool.
But I digress. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Nice. Well, time for a quick rage out, and thanks to James, who is our only member subscriber. Yes. And you too can be a member of Film Rage community by joining at buymeacoffee.com/Film Rage YYC. All members get a special episode and content only for members, along with all members that sign up will get a special limited edition Film Rage merch item. Whoa! If you can't commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a film, and we desperately need more dares. Lastly, make sure you go to our merch site for Film Rage merch, both on TeePublic and Redbubble, both with unique products. Well, shall we dance?
Yeah, why not?
On the wave of emotion, romance. Streaming. And what?
We are streaming, Jim. All right, so this week we are going to start with a movie by the name of Lava.
Hot lava.
Yeah, so it's a little Argentinian film, originally released, I guess, in 2019, but it is now in English, and it's being released here in 2021.
And not coming to a theater near you, probably.
Probably not. So yeah, I believe this is available on video on demand, maybe as soon as now. If not, very, very close.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was we got this.
And why did we get this? Why were we so lucky? We're blessed.
Yes, we got a special screening from Rock Salt Releasing, and yeah, we appreciate that. And this is what I
shout
thought of
out.
It. Yeah, go ahead. Shout out.
Shout out.
Yes.
Rock Salt Releasing.
Cool. Lava is an animated film from Argentina. I think it's a comedy. It has been. It has been dubbed into English for mass consumption, with Janine Garofalo voicing the character Deborah, a tattoo artist. The premise, I guess, is about using mass media for mind control? That is, unless you follow the instructions from a magazine that seems like it may be trying to help, but later we learned that maybe that is not the case. So now we have two organizations trying to control the minds of the population. In between this confusion, our characters are having random conversations that never seem to pay off in any way. Also, apparently, if you avoid screens, you can avoid being mind controlled. But then, one dude seems to have figured out a schedule where you can watch certain things and not be in danger, but you have to avoid your screens at other times, or you will definitely be mind controlled. We also have giant cats taking over the city, a giant witch, and other assorted giant things, not the least of
Snakes.
which is a giant tattooed snake that seems to be the cause of all this mind control. So at the end of the day, I'm not really sure what this unfocused mess was, but I believe it was mostly about the dangers of technology and is a precautionary tale for all you wieners out there with your fancy walk-around phones. Even though this is genuinely one of the most unfocused messes of a movie I've ever seen literally in my life, it was also strangely hypnotic. This was a messed up, confusing film with so much going on that nothing was ever truly resolved, yet it kept my attention for the most part. For its random, unique vision, and because its weirdness was an escape from the mundane, Lava was meh.
Okay. Well, now. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Ditto. No. So, I actually love adult animation in general. I liked a lot of the small details hidden within this cartoon, like the Samsung on the TV when it restarts, or the jiggling breast movements of Janine Garofalo's character's breasts as she's moving along. Not sure why I noticed this, but I happened to notice it at one point in the movie. Also, the leg on the gun that they order from the comic that puts together. It's just like so many random little tiny pieces. Animation is super basic, and the voices, I'm not sure who all the actors were, but they were very eclectic and lots of random stuff that kind of humanizes the characters. Had just the right amount of weird and dog-faced characters to enjoy it. Everything was pretty swimmingly until the end. And then what the fuck was that ending? And then I was like, well, what the fuck was that movie? I liked a lot of this, but I didn't love it. It gets a messed up, fucked up animation for adults, but you may like this, but it's definitely not for the mainstream. It's a meh.
Yep. Yeah, so
it was fun.
Apparently the movie's only 62 minutes long, but we got some 80-minute version where we got these three weird shorts at the end that really aren't related to anything. So yeah,
that was just a bonus, I guess, for us, which was nice.
Yeah, so it was different.
It was true though, right? It wasn't really a comedy. Like I was expecting it to be a lot funnier.
Yeah,
but it was just,
I couldn't take my eyes off it. I mean, it's not like I was bored at any time.
It was
most
a hot
of the time.
mess.
I'm like, what am I watching, and why am I enjoying it as much as I am? I
should be hating everything about this.
I can't explain. I really can't. But yeah.
And then you started listening to The Who.
There you go. All right, you got anything else to add to that?
No, I think people should see it when it comes out. I don't know if I would rent it for $25, but it's worth a rental for like $6.99 or whatever.
Yeah. No, absolutely. All right, Jim, where are we going from here?
What else? We're gonna go pick some cherries.
Ooh, I like cherries.
I kind of like cherries too. So Cherry on Apple Plus. I wish they had a theme song. Cherry drifts from college dropout to army medic in Iraq, anchored only by his true love, Emily. But after returning from the war with PTSD, his life spirals into drugs and crime, and he struggles to find his place in the world. And it's directed by the Russo brothers, so that usually gives you a little bit of there's probably going to be some good in here. Tom Holland, Sierra Bravo, Jack Rayner, and yeah, I mean, wow. What a great way to see Tom Holland playing a different adult character. Music was awesome. The great mix of it throughout the film. Interesting overlapping story of war, love, mental illness, PTSD, and damage control. I like the ease the story unfolds. I like the first-person dialogue as the narrator, but I'm always a little confused when it's only used in certain places. Apparently, little Tommy can act. He's not just Spider-Man. I really, really love Sierra Bravo. I don't know if you've seen her in anything. If anyone has seen the TV show Wayne, and I know we don't normally like to talk about TV shows, but this is the only place that I'd seen her before. It only lasted a season, but she is fucking brilliant in that show, and I thought she did it. I think she was underutilized in this movie, but I think she still did a good job of what her role was supposed to be. I love the names of things throughout the movie, like Shitty Bank or Sergeant whatever. And they were all kind of through it. You didn't really get to see it unless you were really looking for these names and the things to pop up. But I kind of thought it was kind of cool. I thought it was really, really well done and so subtly done. The first time watching it, I was like, "What is that bank? Shitty Bank?" I was just like, "What?" The story, although sad, is such a common tale of PTSD and the effects of the young people going to war and how governments just pretend that it didn't happen, that they have this PTSD. The story is harrowing and hollow at times and depressing, and these young actors truly take us on a journey that continually escalates in the deprivation of these characters. If you are expecting to see Spider-Man, then buckle up, sunshine, because this is going to fuck you up. This film is depressing, deplorable, and I will never see Peter Parker ever in the same light ever again. And that makes this film a Mondo. Plus, the final shot is awesome. It's a motherfucking drone shot. Okay, wait a minute. The movie was a fucking Mondo, but then they had to add an epilogue. And I personally don't think epilogues should count. This needs to be said right now. I fucking hate epilogues at the best of times. They are normally always dumb and thrown in for people who don't have enough imagination to create and a happy or a sad ending in their mind. Plus, it's an epilogue, which means the story ended and then this is just a wrap up. Plus, someone as cute as Tom Holland, there would have been a lot more shots in the epilogue of him being raped in prison. And that did not happen in this movie. So, was it a true portrayal of what happened? I don't know. I don't want this to happen, but apparently I'm pulling a Bryce here. The epilogue made me change my rating. If this film would have ended before the epilogue, it was a Mondo to me. Because of they added it, it changed it to a meh. Favorite line? I was okay with that. I didn't even watch porn. You know, I jerk off in the porta shitters. I didn't even think of other girls. I'm not ashamed of this. I'm just trying to be good. It's a meh.
Yeah, well, there you go. Jim.
Yes?
Why was this film over 2 hours and 20 minutes long?
I don't know the answer to that. Was that including the epilogue?
Yeah, I was including everything. Over 2 hours and 20 minutes long. And
it was too long. It was too long.
So I realize it had a lot to say as it tackled issues of opioid addiction, and it was, that was fueled by Dr. Whomever carelessly prescribing OxyContin, as well as the treatment of veterans when they return from war and the disgrace that was the Iraq War. But come on, 2 hours and 20 minutes plus? Ugh. Could we not have trimmed some of the overly long scenes and perhaps cut about half of the pre-Iraq war scenes out? My other problem with the film, that this is a gritty story. It's probably as gritty a story as there is to tell, yet I thought the film was a little too slick and somewhat overproduced, taking away from the grit that should have been front and center. However, there was a lot of good things in this film, which starts with Tom Holland's performance. He makes this film better than it actually was with his portrayal of this misguided youth turned soldier, turned drug addict, turned bank robber, turned convict. I like the overall story and the development of our main character. Most of what this film set out to do was accomplished, but maybe not as effectively as it could have been with a slightly toned down approach. I think directors Joe and Anthony Russo, who directed Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame, may have been so used to filming these slick entries in the Marvel Universe that they seem to have had trouble dialing it down to where this film needed to be made. This was a more intimate story, and it was just too slick. This was a well-acted and at times powerful film that was just too slick and too long. It was meh.
Well, we got to the same place. Everything you say, I can't disagree with any of it. And it's funny. Okay, so I want to throw this out to you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't touch on it, but I completely agree with what you're saying about the slickness of this film. I wish it was dirtier and grittier than it felt. So here's a question for you. What do you think it would have been like if the Safdie brothers directed this film?
Right? I guarantee it would have been Mondo.
Yeah, I think you're right. I absolutely think it's right. Because it was funny, because as I was watching it, I was
You
going,
know what? That didn't
"Hey,
even
which-"
occur to me, but this is totally like a Safdie brothers type thing that they would, yeah.
Oh yeah, this would be totally up their alley, man.
Yeah.
They like the gritty underbelly of everything.
Yeah.
And they could have made this movie brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah. It's the glossiness that you talk about. Yeah, that's 100% it.
It really, yeah, and it took me out of it a little bit because I'm like, you know what? I know you can do cool things with cameras, and you know what? Let's get a little dirty, because that's what this story is. This story's a little dirty. This story is depressing. This story, and you know, it was too.
Their house looked too clean. Like
Everything
for
was
drug
too clean.
addicts.
Yeah.
Everything was clean. It was like, yeah. You know what? I think I like the story so much, and I like Tom Holland so much that I was really enjoying the
And
film.
Tom Holland was fantastic.
Yep. And it's like I said, it's too bad you didn't get to see her more in the film, but she is gritty and fantastic. And I can't stress it enough. It's one season. I think it might even be on Prime. But check out Wayne, because that show is great. Yeah, so Lava we got from, as we talked, and this was Apple Plus, and now we're going to go on to another VOD. Some
more video on demand. The Mauritanian from this year, 2021. This is the story of Mohamedou Ould Slahi and his fight to be released from Guantanamo prison, where he was detained by the United States government for 14 years without being charged with any crime. Tahar Rahim stars as Slahi, along with Jodie Foster as his lawyer Nancy Hollander. Foster won a Golden Globe this year for her performance. Not to take anything away from Foster, but this performance was not award-worthy in any way. It was, however, solid as the rest of the cast was. This film is partly based on Slahi's book, Guantanamo Diary. There are many things I liked in this film. I liked the use of 4:3 aspect ratio during the interrogation scenes, as it helped paint the picture of being trapped in a box. I really liked Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as he struggles with his duty, slowly realizing that his country... that he struggles with his duty... slowly realizing what his country is doing. Overall, though, I felt this focused too much on Foster's character, who regrettably was not that interesting. I think the film could have been better served and perhaps more effective if we spent more time with Slahi and perhaps less time with his white saviors. Give me 20 more minutes of Raheem's Slahi and 20 less.
Say that 5 times.
Exactly.
Fast.
I'm going to try it one more time too, so people understand what I'm saying. Give me 20 more minutes of Raheem's Slahi and 20 less minutes of Foster's Hollander, and this could have been Mondo, as it would have turned the focus more on the person the story was about. However, this version of the story takes the focus away from Slahi a little too much, which in turn makes this film very good instead of great. It makes it meh.
What's going on today? Is there... hold on. Is Uranus in line with Pluto or something? Like, everything is the same. Like, we're the same person. What's happening? Is this because it's St. Patrick's Day? I don't know. Maybe. So, the first 8 minutes in, and I'm like... I'm not so sure I love this direction. The shots of the Mauritanian with his mother were like way overdone. I get it. You love your mom. And this way of him of capturing a shot for too long to me was kind of annoying. Bernie Cumberbatch, as always, had such a transformation in both his acting and his voice. I didn't even know it was his voice. Like, I was like, did they do an overdub here? Because this does not sound like him in any way. Like, he completely changed his voice. Did you not catch that? Like, it was just like, wow, this is like 7 octaves lower than he speaks, and it was like,
yeah,
what the hell?
He was so good in this.
Oh yeah, he's so motherfucking brilliant, hands down, in this film. This director does love to make a point And I get the feeling overemphasizing so people get the point. But I am not a fan of that. And so it was bothering me through most of the film. Show me and move on. Acting by everyone I thought was amazing. I really felt each actor was that actual person. Jodie Foster is always mesmerizing. Wink.
Yep.
Wink. I did feel as though I was watching, there was more in this film that needed us to know, which is kind of similar to what you were saying. This included the interviews with our Mauritanian. Almost like they took a short and stretched it out to a movie size. At least that's the way I felt. I was also mesmerized by the whole Bernie story and found that very interesting. And the acting was great, but, you know, this Cuban sandwich of a film was just meh.
Yeah, it was.
This is like 3 in a row. Have we ever had an entire episode of 100% meh?
I'm gonna, spoiler alert, if you think the next one's meh, then this is gonna be maybe the first one.
Oh, right, it's Amando. What was I talking about?
All right, so we've got meh so far.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Well, it made it there for me. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting. We'll talk about this one for a little longer, though. It is interesting that Jodie Foster actually won the Golden Globe for her performance in this, which she did.
Now, was that Best Actress?
Yeah.
Or Supporting Actress?
I believe it was Best Actress, but don't quote me on that yet. Having said that,
And so she took it away from Viola Davis? What?
Yeah, maybe. I have to. I'm not positive. But she either won for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress, which is, you know, I don't even know how they determine these things anymore, whether it's the star of the show or you're a supporting actor, but I might talk about that later as well. But yeah, she absolutely was good. She was very good. She was mesmerizing as always, but this wasn't an award-winning performance. There wasn't enough.
No. There wasn't enough content for her to act her way out of it, right?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I mean, there's, and just even a comparison, like, I don't know, there wasn't a big story in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Viola Davis, like, she just talks for 5 minutes, and I'm like I'm literally, my mind is just like, what is happening? Yeah. Viola Davis is taking over my mind.
Wow.
Whereas Jodie Foster, she was great. Like, it's a good thing Jodie Foster wasn't in Ma Rainey's film, or she would have been knocked at the Mesmerized list. There's no one that could have taken down Viola Davis in that movie.
No. But as I was kind of getting towards, she wins for the Golden Globes. She's not even nominated for an Oscar, and I think the Academy Awards got it right. And the Golden Globes, I don't know what they were doing this year. I never know what they're doing anyways. As you know, we don't typically agree with what the award shows do, and you hate them, period. And I don't like them. But it's weird that she won there and not even nominated here, so... Anywho.
Yeah, well, thank God we have these award shows that are
it's the
so
best,
amazing.
right? They're so good.
So good. You know what we need to do? I know we do our Mondo 10 and Rage 5 every year, but we should actually do our own. That's what I think we should do next year.
We'll do our what now?
We'll do our own.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about the films we saw in 2021, and at the end of the year, we'll just make the entire episode Armando 10 and top 5, and then we'll have certain categories, and we'll just pick the ones that we think should win, and that's the ones that people should listen to.
All right. Sure. I'm
game.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's done.
We have to come up with a snappy name for our awards. We'll have to work on that.
How about they get the Giant Rage Award?
It's terrible.
You're right. It's got to be snappy.
Yeah, that's just a terrible, terrible idea. But We got time. We'll work on it.
We got time. It's only March.
Exactly.
We're not gonna be doing anything until probably then anyway. So
nothing but time.
We've got no life.
So what else did we see there, Jim?
We saw something on Shudder.
Dum dum.
Thank you.
Dum dum.
Stay Out of the Fucking Attic from 2020. And a group of ex-cons turned movers are convinced by their creepy client to pull an all-nighter. As the night progresses, they uncover the horrors that exist inside an old Victorian mansion. And it's directed by Jerry Lauder and written by 5 or 6 people and stars a bunch of people I don't know I've ever seen. So you should check out who they are, maybe, or don't. One of the two. Stay out of the attic. So I think we're going to have a disagreement because I have a feeling I already know where we're going with yours. First off, if you're going to name a movie, name it that's related to what's happening in the movie. So that was the first problem that I have this, because I don't even think they go into the attic. Not once. And they don't even go near the attic.
I thought they were at the door of the attic once, weren't they?
Yeah, they're at the door. They never did go in. So maybe
somebody went to the attic. Didn't someone
Well,
go
I think
into
they
the
opened
attic?
it at the end. Maybe they opened it at the end. It was just a top floor. There was an attic that we didn't get to see. I don't know. Like, it was like the upstairs. It wasn't really an attic. It's just the upstairs. Don't go upstairs.
There's a Victorian mansion. The attic's big.
Attic. Okay.
It's like
So this movie tells you exactly what you need to know, and that's stay out of the fucking attic. And yet, I'm still not convinced that we saw an attic. Music in this is very gothic, Carpenter-esque, with big organ sounds to build suspense, which gives it a vintage feel, which I actually love that type of music. I love Carpenter's music at the best of times. And it wasn't necessarily true influence by Carpenter, but I had that feel for me anyway. Had a kind of reverse of the people under the stairs, except it was twins and they were on the top floor. Still don't think they were in the attic, but wait. They also had a basement, which they spent a lot of times in. So they technically were also under the stairs. Like a spooky house under the stairs sandwich. Great use of shadow and light throughout the shooting with very basic shooting style, but effective. A little sad that the creepy German dude was not into a German sex party, but he sure delivered on the creepy Nazi vibe. You know me, I'm always game for a creepy German torture or sex party, whichever comes first, and most of the times it's me. Some of the dialogue was overtly forced and mostly not good and quite overdone, especially when shit started to go all people in the attic-y, sort of. It was a creepy, filthy trip to a spooky torture house with lots of silly monster scares and enough torture and kookiness for people to like. The German dude brought the level of creep. Not sure a 100-year-old man would be so strong and agile, but okay. Maybe drinking people juice does that. I don't know. Had a good spin on the Joseph Mengele, which in my opinion doesn't get enough Nazi film time. I think, with all the Nazi movies that they have and all these horror Nazi films, they don't nearly have enough Mengele. So I was happy to see that. They said stay out of the fucking attic, but they sure stayed in the basement a lot. Had its share of bad, but not enough good to keep me interested all the way to the end. Bloody Nazi skull crushing, I want to say low meh. Worth the trip to German non-sex party torture fest. And remember always, make sure the superhuman Nazi gets his skull crushed the first time, and always assume he ain't dead. Has Zombieland not taught us anything? Double tap.
So that was a low man.
Yeah.
Right.
I like some of the stuff. I like the fact that it was made.
Here's the thing. It's called Stay Out of the Attic,
sequence.
or Stay Out of the whatever attic.
Motherfucking attic.
Okay, so they did. So what's your problem?
Oh, I was expecting more from the attic.
Yeah, it's called
going
Stay
on
Out
in
of
the
the
attic?
Attic. So they stayed out of the attic. They did exactly what the title told them to.
Yeah, but I wanted
So
to
what's
know
your
what was
problem?
in the attic.
Aw, you're just nitpicking now. So, stay out of the attic.
Fucking attic.
The last third of the movie, things pick up, but the first 2/3 introduces me to characters that I don't really care much about. Plus, the whole film is a little too well lit. Didn't you find that the whole film was, like, too well lit? That was my problem with it.
I thought there was a bit of
There wasn't.
use of shadows in there.
Nah, there was no shadows. It was way too well lit to be creepy at all, really. It's an old Victorian mansion. It is one of the easiest settings to turn up the creep factor, but the rooms were all lit brightly with everything in plain view. No mystery, no wondering what may be in the shadows, as there were barely any shadows. As I think about it, I feel that alone that could have improved this movie tremendously. To not bathe every scene in light and the atmosphere could have been more haunting, improving the whole tone of the film. But other than that, nothing much to speak of. We got a Nazi performing experiments on humans, and we got to watch people pack things into boxes.
Yeah, that's usually a Mondo for you.
We also got a few ineffective scares.
Wait, is this Mondo for you? Because that's your.
Stay
that's like
tuned.
If you say what's my favorite movie, it's a movie that nothing happens.
We got a few ineffective scares here and there. This was basically a waste of my time. Yeah, it was only 80 minutes long. I've done worse things for 80 minutes. This was not good, but it wasn't awful. This was absolutely the lowest of mez.
We have a title for our episode. It's the mez.
It's the Grand Slam of mez. There's 4 of them.
Oh man, I couldn't be happier. This is awesome.
Okay, now that we've rated them all meh, I think we need to rank them. So
Okay.
So of these 4 mehs, which would you say was the best of them?
The best meh?
I think you're going cherry.
Yeah, I think it would have been cherry. Although I was really mad with that stupid epilogue.
Yeah.
Just hated it.
Yes. I think.
Yeah.
So you're going cherry. I think I'm going Mauritanian. That's my number 1 meh of the week.
Okay, and then I'm going to reverse it.
Number 2 is going to be cherry for me.
And I'm going to go number 2, Mauritanian.
Yeah.
And then it's got to be lava.
Then it's lava, and then it's stay out of
the motherfucking attic.
Exactly. So there you go.
Well, this is everybody. If you want to watch the best meh of the week, you can choose cherry or the
Mauritanian. Those are the 2 best mehs.
You won't be, maybe, but maybe not disappointed.
I see. All right, so. Are you ready for this?
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
I am always ready for this. And I know we've skated around this issue, and I may have even brought it up once before, but this last week, I hit a huge wall. I walked by a gym, and it was half full of people, and they were all sweating and breathing, and they're supposed to be it's not supposed to be a case of they're supposed to be doing anything heavy cardio to breathe heavy, but I mean, if you do jumping jacks 10 times in a row, you're probably breathing heavy. So we have restaurants that are now at 25 to 35% capacity, where every time I've been in a restaurant, I don't feel safe. And then we have the gyms, which, and people go, we need our gyms because, otherwise we're going to go crazy because we need to work out. I'm like, okay, I get that, but there's other ways to work out, and I get it. You haven't been able to go to the gym. But there's other people that their life is the movies, and that's me. And I know it's other friends. And I can 100% guarantee that the movie theaters are safer than the gyms or the restaurants, and yet we cannot open them up. This is my rage this week. It pisses me off more than anything else. They're lumping in theaters with concerts and whatnot. And before we shut down the last time, and I'm not sure what it's like in everybody else's city, but if movie theaters are closed, and they may not open, man, like, because in the States, they're talking about the largest movie theater chain is not going to make it out of this. And we may see the same thing here in Canada. So I'm pissed. I'm a little mellow today because it's St. Patrick's Day and I haven't started drinking my beer yet. But yeah, that's my rage. Open the fucking theaters so I can go see a movie.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, that was it?
That's all I got, man. It's an easy rage this week. I'm just so pissed. I can't take this fucking COVID anymore. It's making me crazy. I'm literally losing my mind.
Yeah. All right, sir. Well, my obvious rage this week would be...
Not enough Nazi?
No. My obvious rage would be the fact that Riz Ahmed has been nominated for the Best Actor at the Academy Awards, and once again, he has no chance because they're going to give it to Chadwick Boseman, even though his performance, while excellent, was not even close to the best performance of the 2000s turned in by Riz Ahmed in Sound of Metal. But that is not my rage this week. Although my rage does have to do with the Academy Awards. My rage this week is the fact that we have two people nominated for Best Supporting Actor that were the lead actors in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. How can you call their roles supporting? They are literally the two faces on the movie poster. If they are not the stars, then who the hell is? The movie is about Fred Hampton and Bill O'Neill, who are played by Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. They are Judas and the Black Messiah. And what irks me even more is that Paul Raci was nominated in the same category as he actually was a supporting actor to the performance of the 2000s turned in by Riz Ahmed. His performance in Sound of Metal deserves an Oscar nod, but he has no chance as Daniel Kaluuya is going to win in the Best Supporting Actor category when anyone who watched this movie would tell you he is undoubtedly the star of the film. And in no way could his role be considered supporting. The supporting actor category is a total farce. That is my rage.
So let me make sure I get this straight. Because there was two lead actors, they had to say they were both supporting each other?
I guess
is that what their concept is?
I don't know what the concept is. It's so stupid right now. It's literally the poster is them. And they are Judas and the Black Messiah. Like, that's them. The movie's about them. There isn't a scene in the movie where one of them isn't in it. And for most of it, they're both in it. I don't understand.
So maybe there's stupid rules, and God forbid I complain about award shows and what they do. God forbid. So they probably have gone with there's no lead because they're both leads. So they get...
I don't understand any of it anymore.
Why could they not have two leads and they're both nominated for the lead actors?
Yeah. Well, you've got a lead... You can have a lead actor and a lead actress in a movie, right?
Yeah, so why can't you have
there
two?
was no lead actress in
leads.
this movie. They were both the lead. I don't understand.
Well, why can't one of them be the lead actress then? I don't get it. Why do we even have lead actor and lead actress?
That's a good point. Why?
Really, we shouldn't. We should have two awards, and they can both be men or both be women or someone who's transgender or whatever, right?
Sounds
like
good
now,
to me.
what exactly? Someone who's maybe asexual doesn't choose sex, and now they can't get nominated. I don't get it. Like,
Yep.
It should be just best person
There you
in
go.
a movie.
There
You know what?
go.
They just need to keep putting more things in there for people to get more awards. It's like, why is there not just one award? The best actor this year was Riz Ahmed.
Done.
Damn. Or Viola Davis. Either one.
Done.
It's a battle to the death.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't have to be.
It's
right?
still
Like,
going to Chadwick Boseman. It's just the way it is.
wait, yeah, but I don't classify Chadwick Boseman's acting in that movie as the best last year.
I
So
know
that's-
you don't.
So I'm like,
He was
okay, wait a minute.
very good, but
He was great.
He,
He was
wasn't award
mesmerizing.
worthy. Yeah.
He was mesmerizing, but he wasn't. Okay, wait a minute. You know what I just did as we're leading into the lists?
What did you do?
I think I might have just did a throwdown.
Are they even both on the mesmerizing list?
Yes, they both are. Guess what we're talking about next, people?
So, wait a second. Does that? They were only in one movie together, right?
Doesn't matter. It's the throwdown is about to
That
happen.
is just not a fair fight.
Well, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's gonna be terrible that we have to remove him. Anyway, finish your rage.
I'm finished my rage. I just don't understand this whole stupid supporting actor garbage.
I don't either. It's
Yes.
the most idiotic thing ever.
I tell you. All right.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
So before we get on with the lists, I think we've got a some sort of advertisement or little trailer or what's going on, Jim?
Promo.
It's a promo.
Hey there, this is Frankie Sparks.
And this is Scott Eisenberg,
We're married.
and we have a podcast called Shoot the Flick.
Every week, Scott and I introduce each other to a new movie the other one has never seen. We talk about it, give our thoughts on it, and also share some behind-the-scenes fun facts.
We want you guys to come along and enjoy the movies with us.
Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Shoot the Flick, and check out our weekly episodes every single Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and pretty much anywhere else you can find a podcast.
Come and listen to us now as Frankie and I
Shoot the Flick!
These are my bestest buddies on the Twitter. So everybody should go check out Shoot the Flick. They are freaking awesome. And they like to rage a bit. So that's always fun. Well, the throwdown has been thrown out.
Wow.
And
We can probably just do this right now, right?
It's kind of going to happen.
All
The
right.
throwdown, as we've done before, but we couldn't have a deciding factor. But when two mesmerized go against each other in a movie and someone throws it down, there is a mesmerize off. And okay, so here's a question. Can he ever get back onto it? Well, he's not alive, so he once he's been removed, is he gone? Is he gone forever?
I don't know. Seems kind of a shame, but them's the breaks.
Well, he's been out mesmerized.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, I can't argue with it. In Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Viola Davis it's not even close. It's a massacre.
Yeah, it's a massacre. Fortunately, mesmerizing, they own the stage. So if there's two people battling it out and they're both mesmerizing, one is going to be mesmerizing and the other one is not. And if it's that obvious,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman, buddy, you used to be mesmerizing until you met Viola Davis on screen.
It seems so wrong.
It seems so wrong, but it's the way of the world, man. If you can't out mesmerize her, then you don't deserve the title. It's just the way it is.
All right, there's no question that Viola Davis was way more mesmerizing in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom than Chadwick Boseman was. Which I guess gets him off the list, and God help
Yeah.
anybody else that has to go against Viola Davis.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just. Okay, well, you're starting to think of maybe you've got one thrown out for me. I'm just going to list some of our mesmerized here,
Okay.
so that we can sort of figure out in our own mind, who could potentially go up against her. And I don't know if there's anybody ever that can out mesmerize her. Oh, okay. So here I'm just gonna read off the first few. So we have J.K. Simmons, we have Mads Mikkelsen, and the number 3 on our list. This is the list in order of what we put them on.
Yep.
So the first person was J.K. Simmons. You kibosh Mads for making it on the undoubted list, and then Viola Davis was number 3. Okay, so here's one. This could be tough. Viola Davis versus Jeffrey Rush.
Ooh, I don't think they've ever been in a film together, but that would be. Whew.
I know. Yep. Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis, Kathy Bates, Tilda Swinton, Javier Bardem, Steve Buscemi, Helena Bonham Carter, Rhys Darby, Ben Kingsley, Frances McDormand, John Malkovich, Willem Dafoe, Max von Sydow, Johnny Depp, Philip Baker Hall, Toshiro Mifune. I can't pronounce that one. Mifune, Sid Haig, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Brian Cox, Benicio del Toro, Robert Duvall, Allison Janney, Nicolas Cage, Isabelle Huppert, Stephen McCaddy, and I can't pronounce his name terrible. Dimon Honsu, Vinnie Jones, Chris Cooper, Maggie Smith, Bill Nighy, the acting guy, Sally Field, Jeff Goldblum, Michael Caine, Leonardo DiCaprio, Forrest Whitaker, Wanda Sykes, Russell Crowe, Jodie Foster, Chadwick Boseman. Oh, sorry, Chadwick, you're no longer on it. Crispin Glover, Lon Chaney, William H. Macy, Peter Stormare, Richard Jenkins, Cillian Murphy, Ellen Bernstein, John Carl Lynch, Veronica Cartwright. And you know what? There's a few more, but that's who they're going to go up against.
Yes.
These are the people that could battle out to the finish. And if a throwdown happens, man, now that we've got enough people on the mesmerized list, though, there's going to be more people coming off because these great actors are going to bump into each other.
Yeah. At some point, I need to take a look at that list and see if I can pair off some and see what happens. Because I got
Cut 'em down.
With all them actors, they must have all starred in the same movie at some point. At least a few of them.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Here's another one, Frances McDormand. I just love her beyond belief. So
Yep.
if she was with Viola Davis, I don't know, man. That would be a tough call. Oh,
Well,
Steve Buscemi.
remember
Steve Buscemi and Frances McDormand are together in Fargo.
Oh, yes, they are. That is.
You know what we got to do this week, and I'm not sad about it. We might have to rewatch Fargo.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Wow, McDormand was great, but so was Buscemi in that. Like, they were fantastic.
I know. Oh my God.
Wow.
This is gonna be good. Next week, people, stay tuned.
Okay.
Who's gonna survive?
Yeah, Frances McDormand versus
Steve
Steve
Buscemi.
Buscemi.
And we both have to have the same consensus. So if you pick one and I pick the other,
Yeah, then they're both.
stay on.
Which happened with Nick Cage and Willem Dafoe, didn't it? Yeah.
yep.
They're both
Yes, it
still
did.
on.
Until next time. Until next time.
Yes.
Now, do you have anybody this week? Do you have anybody for the repulsive list?
No, I got nothing this week. I
got one.
I was
I'm
rolling
just
last
going
week.
to bring one out.
All right. What you got?
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I was born ready.
Yes, you were. So, I am pulling out for the repulsive list Taylor Lautner.
You know that you know he can't be repulsive for me.
Why? Because you love Twilight?
Twilight's great.
Yeah, but he's repulsive in it. He's terrible.
Yeah,
He's terrible. You see him and you see the other two
he's
together,
terrible.
and he's just terrible.
Yeah, he's absolutely
He's
terrible.
repulsive.
But he's not so bad that I avoid his movie because I didn't avoid it at all.
Yeah, but
I've watched it more than
you did-
once.
Yeah, but he's repulsive in it.
No, it's not. Repulsive, it means that he is so bad that you literally try to avoid his movie. I'm not trying to avoid
but
that
that's
movie
one
at all.
movie. What about all his other movies?
I didn't know
Have
he
you
made-
avoided every single?
I don't know that he made any other movies.
He's made a lot. In
What
fact,
other movies?
I think he was in that. I think he was in Shark Boy versus Lava Girl. Didn't you have to watch that? Or Spy Kids?
Yeah, I actually didn't have to watch that because I watched something else instead.
The other Spy Kids.
Yeah.
The other Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He can be in one movie. We've had other people that are on the repulsive list that were on good movies. It's not because of that. It's like, do you want to see him in any other movie? This is your first time you saw him. You realized he was repulsive, and now you don't want to watch anything else he's made.
I don't know. He was in a movie. I wouldn't avoid it.
You wouldn't avoid it
Yeah.
because he's in it?
Why would I?
Because he's repulsive?
He doesn't. It's no. He's fine. He's like a pylon. He's like they put a pylon in the movie. I don't really have any strong feelings either way.
I just drive around it?
Yeah, well,
Just drive around it.
it's like you could replace him with a pylon with a little face on it, and it'd be the same thing. It's not repulsive. It's a pylon.
Except for he has a really good body, so he's like a pylon with a super hot body.
Okay,
With a
pylon.
six-pack.
Yeah, pylon with a six-pack. It's fine.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks. Taylor Lautner is not repulsive.
He's terrible. He's a bad actor. But he's not repulsive.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
just a god awful actor. Like he's really really bad. Yeah.
Probably why he's not doing a lot of stuff.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I don't even have
So,
to.
yeah,
I don't even have to
Twilight
avoid
is-
him. He's not in anything.
Now I'm curious as to see what he's in.
Yeah, let's look it up. Let's see what Taylor Lautner's been doing lately.
Yeah, we're looking. I don't know. Maybe he's making what are those things called? TV shows?
Or maybe he's making
I don't know.
change somewhere.
He hasn't done anything since 2018. He was in a TV show called Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Never
He was
heard
in
of
a couple episodes of Scream Queens.
it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
He made The Ridiculous Six with your favorite comedian,
Mm-hmm,
which was also terrible.
I don't know that. I don't know who
He was
you're even
in-
talking about. My favorite comedian?
Yeah, Adam Sandler
It's
with
not
The
my favorite
Ridiculous
comedian.
Six.
I like
Oh,
Adam
sure?
Sandler. Nah, it's not my favorite.
you sure?
comedian. Yeah, I'm positive.
Sure. Oh, okay.
If you put me on the
Just
spot,
so
though, I
you know.
couldn't tell you who my favorite comedian is. I don't know.
It's
Me?
Probably Adam Sandler.
I'm my favorite comedian. Nobody makes me laugh harder than me.
It's true. I love myself also. Okay, well that's all we're gonna do this week. But we got to watch an extra movie next week to see what happens in Fargo.
Yeah, I don't mind watching Fargo again. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Let's do that.
Thank God I own it.
Yeah. Sure that somebody owns it. Maybe Kim owns it. Maybe.
Eh,
And if
I
not,
can always lend it to you.
we'll find a way. Somehow,
Yep.
some way.
It's
All
worth
right.
buying it.
Yeah. Last week on Rage or Dare, Jim got the full force of my newly filled bag of rage when he picked 2004's double penetrating rom-com. I really should have read this in advance. Chasing Liberty. This week, Jim and I will get to continue to pull from our listeners' Dare bag until we get Merman's new and improved bag of rage. Let's check in with Jim and see what he thinks of what I consider the least rageful item in my horrifying bag of rage. So what'd you think of Chasing Liberty there, Jim?
So Tom Petty, American Girl, starts this off,
Cool.
and I could not have been happier. I'm like, I love Tom Petty.
Yeah.
So much musical fun. So awesome. The music is in this fun comedic romp into multiple love stories. Pure bliss.
Sounds excellent.
And this so original and heartwarming story just unfolds before your eyes. Yes, it's not just one, but two love stories happening at the same time. Wow, so much bliss and teenage love. This is the tale of the 18-year-old daughter of the President of the United States going on a journey with her handler. Everything about this heartwarming and cute little love story and everything about it is believable. And I'm sure it happens every time teenage girls in the White House go to Europe. I loved everything about this sweet romantic tale. Well, that's what someone would say if they had only ever watched teenage rom-coms their entire life. I, however, have seen many other types of films in my life. And these two genres, teenage love stories and stupid movies mashed together as a film that caused an unsurmountable amount of rage, as this story only a 12-year-old could craft, and think anyone who saw this movie that was so predictable and unoriginal would think it was entertaining.
Yes.
I wanted to barf the entire film. After Tom Petty was done singing, I was singing a tale of woe. This was a stupid, predictable, unbelievable, annoying film. And if this is the least worst thing in this rage bag,
Yes.
I am truly afraid what is coming next. This movie was a rage, and it was a hard rage. Even my wife was like, why do you keep making me watch these terrible movies? And I'm like, because I was dared to. She's like, that's not a good enough reason.
It's the way it is.
This movie was totally deplorable. I can't believe anybody ever made this movie or watched it.
I'm telling you, that was the best movie in the bag.
I am afraid.
See, what ended up happening is when I made my first rage bag, I don't know why I was so easy on you, but I decided
I feel the same way.
I decided, you know what, this time, screw it. Gloves are coming off. I am putting in just deplorable crap, and you are in for it, man. Every time you got to pluck from my Yep.
You know, I think what it is, when we started our rage bags, we didn't truly know what made each of us rage.
True enough.
And now we do, so we're gonna be handpicking these things.
It is. I'm telling my bag is ugly like that. you ain't seen nothing yet, mister. I can't wait.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Wah. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, that was quite enjoyable. Thank you for that. I feel like I need to apologize to Monique, though. I feel kind of bad.
Send her a message.
Yeah.
Well, wait till next week if I have to pick it. Well, I get the dare bag next week, so maybe it won't be nearly as bad.
On that note,
well,
so
what are we seeing?
Yeah, we got nothing from Murray yet, eh? So we're stuck with the dare bag, which generally is like nothing but gold. So it's
solid gold for you, solid shit for me.
I'm gonna pull something out. Notice I'm looking right at the camera. I'm not cheating at all. I'm not looking into the bag. There is the bag, by the way.
Yeah, there it is. It's beautiful.
Okay, I have something.
Listening. All right, and I am looking, and you're reading, and I am seeing.
I have not looked
closer.
Actually.
Oh my God!
Is it good?
It's terrible. It's Highlander 2.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I don't think I've seen Highlander 1. Do I need to see Highlander 1 to appreciate Highlander 2? I know Sean Connery was he in just the first one? Is it Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert or whatever his name is?
Well, there shouldn't have been a 2 because they keep saying through the entire Highlander there can be only one.
Okay, so
apparently there's a Highlander 2.
So what's a Highlander?
It's a guy who wears a kilt, I think.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
I've seen lots
He
of
can
guys
only-
in kilts.
there can
so
be
how
only there can be only one.
There are literally tens of, well, probably millions of Highlanders, and I don't know.
I kind of want you to see the first one. I actually enjoy the first one, but Highlander 2: The Quickening
Is that what it's
happens
called?
to
The
be
Quickening?
happens to be on Prime.
Oh,
So
good. So it doesn't
we can
cost
get
me
it for
anything.
free.
Nice.
And apparently Sean Connery plays a part in it, but it's probably one of his memories. Whoa! But the mesmerizing Michael Ironside is in it.
Maybe it'll be
Yeah.
good. Maybe it's not as bad as you remember.
Oh no, I remember this being completely terrible, and it would be one if I was braiding up the dare bag for you.
Yeah.
This would be in it.
Oh.
But maybe you should see Highlander 1. Maybe you should see Highlander 1 first, just to see.
I don't know
Just
this.
to see.
I don't think I got time for that.
Yeah, we still got to see Fargo.
Exactly. All right.
Well, I am not looking forward to this week either.
No. No. So Highlander 2, what is it? The Quickening?
The Quickening. Bum, bum, bum.
Go.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. And Bex Goose for her animation skills at PotatoLadyPodcastReviews.com. Find us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at FilmRageYYC. Check out everything Film Rage at FilmRageYYC.com. See what we look like on our YouTube channel by searching Film Rage Podcast. We're always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment often everywhere you feel, including FilmRageCalgary@gmail.com. Podchaser, and Apple Podcasts. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please make us rage. Please. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.